This is the Energy Shift Show podcast, where we talk about spirituality and how to live your best life today. All it takes is a shift in perception. Hello, beautiful souls. Deb here, and I'm so excited you're joining me for today's show. As CEO of the Harmonic Sovereignty Studio, my goal with the podcast is to motivate you by sharing insights and also take you along as I speak to knowledgeable people that I have found inspiring to me throughout my years as an energy medicine practitioner and intuitive guide. I cover topics that I'm passionate about, all things under my 3 pillars of attune, anchor, and amplify. Attune into your energy and your inner wisdom to gain clarity on what truly matters for your passion in life and your well-being. Anchoring grounds your insights with practical tools and daily rituals that support sustainable, soul-aligned growth. And amplifying, well, that elevates your impact and vitality by expanding your energy, sharing your gift, and creating lasting change from a place of alignment. Now listen up for this exciting episode to begin. I will read the disclaimer. This podcast and the topics discussed stem from my own curiosity and desire to learn and should never be taken as direct medical advice. I am not a doctor, dietitian, nor any other medical professional. Please always consult your trusted provider regarding your health and your wellness. Hello. Welcome back to the Energy Shift Show. I'm your host, Debbie Sodergren. And today we're going to be talking about episode 2 of a 4-part series. And this one is focusing on how your business is built to fit your life. So welcome back. This is training 2 of 4 in the series on closing the gap between knowing and doing. Last time I told you that I was building something for the gap between seeing your leak clearly and actually closing it. So today I get to tell you that it's ready. This isn't a cohort. It's not a live program with a schedule that you have to build your life around. It's the Burnout-Proof Business Audit. Self-paced, built for one person at a time, you. I want to walk you through exactly what it is, why I built it specifically this way, and then make the invitation plainly. No hedging, no soft pedaling. If this is right for you, I want you to know exactly how to say yes. And if you want more before you decide, trainings 3 and 4 are still coming up. So they'll be going even deeper into how this actually works. Let me tell you exactly what this is, because I want you to know precisely what you're saying yes to. It's built around the same 4 pieces I've talked about all year on the show. Your energy drain map, where we find exactly where you're leaking. Your realignment blueprint, where we turn that into the actual plan. Your leadership frequency profile, where we look at how you're actually showing up. And your Burnout-Proof Business Blueprint, where all of it comes together into one clear document that you can return to for the rest of the year. The difference is how you move through it. No live calls to schedule around, no cohort of strangers, no waiting for a start date. You move through each module when your life actually has room for it. This week, next month, over a slow weekend, whatever your business and your family can actually hold right now. I built it this way on purpose because I heard you. And frankly, a lot of the language that you're speaking is how it attributes to my life. So I can share more of that on another episode. A lot of you women that were writing to me, you weren't saying, I don't want this work. You were actually saying, I don't have room for a group right now, but I still want to do the work. So this is my answer to that. I also want to say something about why I didn't just quietly launch this without a word. I could have. Most people do. But after what happened with me in August, I promised myself I'd stop guessing about what you actually need and start actually asking you and then building based on your answers. That's exactly what this is. You told me, in your own words, that you wanted the depth of this work without the structure of the group. So that's what I built. Not because it's easier for me, because it's actually what you asked for. One more thing worth saying plainly. This isn't a smaller version of the cohort I didn't run. It's not a consolation prize. It's a genuinely different format built around a genuinely different way some of you actually want to work. I want to bring Mary back into the conversation. The client that I mentioned last week, the one whose prices had stayed frozen for 2 years. When we finally worked through this together, there was no group of other business owners watching her figure it out. No comparing her timeline to anyone else's. Just her, the material, and enough space to actually think and feel. What was her heart calling her to do? What was her energy showing her? She moved through her energy drain map over one weekend. She sat with her Realignment Blueprint for almost 3 weeks before she felt ready to act on it. And that was completely fine because nobody was waiting on her to keep pace with the cohort. When she finally raised her rates, it wasn't a dramatic leap. It was a decision that she'd built toward one clear step at a time, on a timeline that actually matched her real life. Her new rate held. Her existing clients stayed. And at the new number without hesitation. The insight had been true for 2 years. It just needed a structure that finally fit into her life. I want to add one more piece to her story because I think that it really matters. About 6 weeks after that she raised her rates, she went back through her leadership frequency profile a second time. Not because anyone had told her to, but because the material was still there, waiting for her, whenever she was ready to go back to it. That's something a live cohort can't really offer. Once the group moves on, the group moves on. This stays with you. You can return to any module anytime that your business shifts under you once again, which, if you've listened to this show for very long, you already know that it eventually will, because the only thing constant, my friend, is change. So here's my invitation to you today. And it's a real one, not a soft signal like last week. The Burnout-Proof Business Audit, self-paced, is open now at harmonicsovereignty.com. This isn't a limited time offer. There's no countdown clock, no artificial scarcity, no spots to worry about running out. I'm not going to manufacture urgency that you don't already feel. What I will say is this. You already have the insight. If you took the mini assessment and some part of you already knows exactly where your leak is, the only real question left is whether you want a structure to close it or whether you'll let it sit a while longer. If it's time, the full breakdown is on the site. What's inside each module, how it's priced, and exactly how it works. You can start this week. You can start next month. It's built to meet you wherever you actually are. I know some of you might be wondering whether self-paced means you'll be doing this completely alone with no support at all. You wouldn't. Every module includes direct access to me, a way to ask your actual questions, get a real answer, and keep moving. Self-paced was never meant to mean unsupported. And If you're wondering whether this replaces the kind of deeper ongoing work that I do with retainer clients, it doesn't, and it isn't meant to. This is the foundation. For some of you, it'll be exactly enough. For others, it'll be the first real step towards something deeper down the road of your business, of your life. Either way, it's the honest place to begin. You don't need a group, a cohort, or a launch date to finally do something with what you already know. You just need a structure built to hold it. That's what's waiting for you today. So thank you. Thank you for trusting me with the honest version of this journey these past few weeks. The cohort that didn't happen, the pivot, the mirror, and now this. I built it because of you. So thank you. If you're not ready to decide yet, that's completely fine. Training 3 is next, and we'll go even deeper into exactly how the modules work. So, take a breath. This was just information. If you've enjoyed this episode, please do me a favor and like it and share it with a friend, somebody that you think could benefit from this information. Until next time, bye for now. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you enjoyed this episode and it aligned with your frequency and the goal of living your best life, you can connect with me at harmonicsovereignty.com or debbiesodegren.com. Check out my YouTube channel, Debbie Sodegren. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Harmonic Sovereignty Studio. I invite you to send me your questions or comments or just say hello on social media or email me at debbiesodegren@gmail.com. And remember, a shift in perception is sometimes all it takes for you